So a couple of knocks from the weekend. We had Adam Reynolds, who was removed from the field in the second half with a HIA. He failed his assessment at the time, so wasn't able to return to play. He's come in symptom-free the next day and been symptom-free for 2 days now, so he'll start his 6-stage return to play protocol. As long as he progresses really well each day, he'll be available for Friday night. We just need to make sure we go through that process and allow him to be symptom-free for the next week. Paulo, he developed some concussion symptoms, got through the first half okay and developed some symptoms at half-time. So was removed from the field then, had a HIA and failed that test at the time. He actually had a head knock the week before, so that's 2 in a row now, so he won't be available to play this weekend. He'll start his 6-stage return to play protocol, and we'll make sure we get him through that protocol symptom-free, but he's unavailable for this weekend and hopeful to return round 4. Junior Paulo was the other one from the game. He had a hamstring injury, so it was an overstretch injury. His leg was stuck on the ground and his back got bent over in front of it, so it was a stretch injury. They're pretty unique ones, those ones, but we've seen a couple in the last year or two. He's had scans so far. We haven't had those results back yet today. He's feeling much better today, 2 days after, but the issue with that is there's potential to have some tendon involvement. So we need to make sure we get the scans and we know what we're dealing with before we progress. He's in some doubt for this weekend, but we'll have further information on that once team selections come out on Tuesday. Liam Knight, so we're hoping that he would be available last weekend and he wasn't, so he's still going through his return to play protocol from a concussion point of view. He suffered that head knock, had some delayed symptoms, and there's been a little bit difficult process to get through. We need to make sure he's completely symptom-free as we're going through that process and the protocol. At the moment he is symptom-free, he's in some contact work, but we need to make sure we get him through some really good contact sessions now. It's been a long time out for Liam, it's been about 4 weeks out of training, so we need to make sure we're sort of ticking every box twice as we go through the process. We'll do that with him. He's unavailable for this week, but we're hopeful and really positive that he'll be available for the Bulldogs game in round 4. Sele, he had the broken ribs in the Charity Shield. He started to progress really well now. He's starting to feel a lot better with those broken ribs. He's into some really heavy sort of running work, some hard conditioning. His breathing and all that has returned. He's starting to do some non-contact skills this week. We'll just avoid contact for the next week or 2. So he's still a few weeks away, but he's in some skills training. He's doing some really good level of running, and we'll start some contacts over the next fortnight, and then how he progresses there will determine when he plays. Jed Cartwright's the other one that's come through a really minor back surgery procedure. He started rehab now and he's into some running work, so he's going to start some light running this week and then build into some more hard conditioning the following week. With Jed, we need to make sure we're taking our time and we're making sure we let that back enough time to settle and heal, but also progressing him into some really intense running and weights work over the next fortnight. He's missed pre-season now, so we need to give him a really, really good sort of 6 to 8 to 10 week block of training before we can have him play any footy. But he's progressing really well. He's started running, so Jed's certainly on the way to getting back to full fitness. The final 2, and we'll sort of group these guys together, so that's Brayden, Burns and Tano Milne, who have had those significant injuries last year, and then they've been up training and doing a high level of running on weights over the pre-season. Both returned to full training with the team, so they're cleared for full training now, both of those 2, that's Brayden and Tano. Now it's about giving them time in training, so we're talking like a 4 to 6 week training block so they can progress through their contact and all the stuff that we do over pre-season. It's about giving them that mini pre-season now before we look at game times, but they're starting to edge closer now, Brayden and Tane, so we're hopeful that they'll be returning through our reserve grade competition sometime around 5, 6, 7 weeks, 7 mark. But it's progressing really well for those 2, and it's about getting minutes in training, building real confidence before we throw them out there into game time.